All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are here today with State of Mind. It's Thursday, and we're joined with Jason Findlay. Thanks for coming on today, Jason. Can you give us a bit of a background on how you got into the crypto space?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, look, I looked into Bitcoin for the second time. Discovered that accessible for the public to use, easier to buy and trade. Yeah, so I jumped in then, and have been in it, pouring sort of deeper and deeper.
Trying to remember all of our line of questioning because we've tried to go live about 3 or 4 times here.
We're live now, so
we are live now.
It was very interesting of what
we were just live before and realised we weren't actually live, having a great conversation. But so anyway, back on it. Go, Cedric.
Back to some of the things. So I asked you before, what were you hearing on the ground at the moment with some of the people, with where crypto is and where crypto space is?
Yeah, like I was saying, like the public view, I see it split down the middle. Probably half bottoms in, and every green candle is the start of the next bull run. Feeling that there's worse pain to come before we can turn that corner and start climbing again. That there is more bear left in it. I don't know where that bottom. Yeah, definitely. I feel there's more pain to come.
So you've been in the space for a little while now. You said it was we're having a chat before about 2017.
Yep.
What have you seen through those years in, I guess, people coming together? Like, we've been through obviously the ups and downs, and there's sideways action and all that kind of stuff. But how have you seen people reacting when coming together through those, obviously bear times and up times?
I feel that the community spirit in crypto and especially groups, the community spirit's huge. So even in the bear markets, they still give like some of the meetups I've been to. You go to an NFT meetup and the bull market. The way they behave with each other and everyone's wag me, we're going to make it. But just community spirit is irrelevant of bear or bull.
And also, I guess it's just the sharing, like the knowledge and education too, right? Because it's been around for a little while now, but there's still a lot, and even with older technologies and everything else that's going on, that's been out there for many years. We're still going through changes and learning curves.
Oh, definitely. There's forums and platforms that provide education now, though. Back in 2017, there was YouTube. A lot of people putting out YouTube videos on how to set up MetaMask and education, and that was invaluable. I wouldn't be where I am today without those. But now there's a lot more easily accessible in real life, face-to-face stuff. There's so many groups that you can go join and education. I think the education space is growing huge, and it's very.
You told us earlier that the best part of all of this is the face-to-face meetings and the things that you learn from each other that you wouldn't from being online, because you can, from what I recall, some of these things, some of the meetups, is that there's a lot of passion from so many different people on what they're currently doing and what sort of technologies can we look forward to that we haven't heard about, or some of the people that currently listening at the moment have not really even heard about yet. And where is it going?
As in what have I come across that is that what you mean?
Yes.
Well, one of my sort of biggest, I should say, in what I'm doing is Be For Real. They're bringing together. I think what they're doing is a little bit mind blowing, to be honest. Real estate, you know, they're going to build it so to the point where in the middle of Sydney there'll be a high rise building and a QR code out the front, and you buy $100 worth of that building. That's where they're getting phenomenal stuff there. NFTs, I feel again, property is another heavily impacted. I think your house title will end up in NFT. I think real estate, if you started off in real estate, I think real estate agents will not have the same role as they do today. I think OpenSea will be to a real estate agent. You'll go on there, you'll click there, you'll buy a house, and it's yours. NFTs, blockchain, everything is going to change the way we do everything.
And do you feel that that's like, aside from like everyone jumping in thinking they're going to make trillions of dollars and taking the money side out of it, the fundamentals and these projects that you're coming across, do you find that like that's where the value is, and how it can change us in the future?
100%. I don't. I won't say I'm not in it for the money, because I space, but there is so many projects out there that have core fundamentals that are breaking, and they may never actually monetize that. But what they're going to definitely change how things work. It may not be them that gets there, but the project or the next builder to come along and add the next brick onto that and reach that end goal. You know, it's like anything in tech. It's not always the first mover that gets the. If they didn't make that first move, the end product wouldn't exist.
That's
and so the Aussie crypto. So I just want to bring it onto the Aussie Crypto Roadshow, because that, you know, it's obviously an example of bringing education and learning to these projects and what they're doing, and coming to space and learning about what they're all about. So can you give us a bit of background on how it actually started, the Aussie Crypto Roadshow?
Yeah. Well, I back in 2017, I started a Facebook group just for Adelaide people with the intention of organising regular meetups, face to face, just down the pub, in the bear market. The numbers dropped off, and I was, how can I bring numbers back in? So I actually reached out to Trader Travis Dobing. I'm sure sort of in Australia know the name. He agreed actually to come fly and just do a bit of an educational sort of, let's have a chat and a meetup. I picked up a sponsor to cover his airfares and accommodation. He didn't ask for any actual payment. And then next minute, some other people wanted to come and speak. Education happening, some great content there, and it just became more. We need a venue. We need to actually make it a little bit more formal. The Adelaide Crypto Conference was sort of born from that. We made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, we've just recently done Brisbane and corrected all those mistakes, and we upped the quality of the content, and we start with real that has heard the name Bitcoin and knows nothing else can come in and learn, feeling probably more confident to enter the space. And then we sort of build up to more advanced stuff. We NFT projects that are doing something very innovative. We touch on it all. So no matter what your level of experience is, you'll walk away something.
I like that you've got this sort of formalized group now, and with a lot of people learning, because learning is some of the biggest key points and some of the biggest things that a lot of people needed to have a place where they can learn about any type of crypto. What is the biggest, what is something you've learnt yourself that you can share to the people listening now that can help change the way they look at crypto?
Yeah, that's I mean, so much from doing these conferences. I don't actually get during the event to pay attention to what's happening on the stage. I'm too busy sort of running behind this, connected with all these speakers and presenters, and talk to them in discussions beforehand. Look, I just, yeah, I've learnt so much, but I'm still scratching the surface. Said, like, be for real what they're doing. I've had NFT projects that are in the Great Barrier Reef, so you can actually in schoolrooms bring up a 3D and walk through the Barrier Reef. You know, phenomenal technology. Brilliant. That's Refi is their project name. So definitely give a shout out to those guys. NFT project that are well started with a bunch of veterans and a real life business employing veterans and giving them a chance to get real work, but returning those DeFi platforms I've come across where just phenomenal. One of my sponsors, Gravity Finance, site, they're building this insane new product that's automating knows you can go over to My Finance and earn a yield on whatever sort of tokens. Again, so much groundbreaking stuff, and until you start digging, you don't come. I'm glad that I come across these things and then I can show them to the public.
And also, so your like, what's your background is a tradie?
Yep, hand off, yeah.
And you're finding that like anyone can kind of enter this space and has got some sort of experience that they can give, and I guess they might not have had a big technology or technological, how can I not say that, technology sort of background, but suddenly they're in tech.
Yeah,
they're a tradie one day, they're in tech the next.
I think and a keen interest to learn will do well in the space. So much where you go, oh, you know, I've been to uni and I've here's my computer sciences, or you don't need it. Okay, probably gives you a bit of have a deeper understanding of what's going on, but it's not needed. If you're gonna do well in the space, no matter what you do.
So with I wanted to bring it back to the Aussie Crypto Roadshow. When's the next one, and what could people expect, and how do we get to it? What's
the next one is Perth. It will 99% sure it's October 20th, venue in. Once the venue is locked in, I can then lock in the dart, compiling speaker lists and organising people to come and speak. A little bit early to be sort of throwing details out. I haven't got the speaker list, and we are going to change it up a little bit. In Brisbane, while it was after 8 hours of sitting there listening to people speak and present on stage, you get a bit sore, you get a bit tired, and you're really probably not absorbing the information. Meld convention style with booths and conference style with so even though the event will go for sort of the 8 hours and spend 2-3 hours and still have the opportunity to hear everything on. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think it will work well.
You don't want to throw a magician in there for a bit of an intermission or some sort of balancing man?
We are trying to add a bit of energy to it, because yeah, it's sort of sometimes. But yeah, so we're trying to add some energy back in and keep people hyped and party planned. So yeah, definitely that'll cater to the NFT love to come and network, while they're drinking. So yeah, we're going to cater to everyone.
Andrew's got experiences in juggling toilet paper because he did this TikTok a while back when we're missing lots of toilet paper because
it was during all the lockdowns, I think, or in lockdowns. That's,
well,
the things you come up with.
I'm going to throw Andrew into the mix.
Just what Jason was saying. I'm picturing people around a poker table with NFTs, just wheeling and dealing, having a drink, and they're wheeling NFTs around a poker table.
I like that idea. NFT poker. Connect
what I love about what I love about it is you've started with something, and then people just said, like, how can I be involved? And you've tried something, and obviously you got to adjust it and keep moving forward. And at the moment you've already you're looking at Perth. You've done Adelaide, yep. Brisbane, Perth, and then I saw on the website you got Sydney planned as well at some point.
Yep. Well, it'll probably after Perth, and then we'll end up in Sydney, because I think that will probably be an easiest to get the biggest crowd. So we'll sort of save that for the finale for this tour around. Anyway, we will keep going, but yeah, definitely. I honestly could not have done it without some really key people that have sort of even that have jumped on calls with me and gone, oh look, I've done this big event. Here's what I did wrong, and the level of support for an unknown, which was phenomenal. So I had James Picton from Perth, a big Perth convention right at the start of COVID, so it sort of didn't go. What he learned from it, he was happy to pass on to me. Dave Haslop running the Bix on the Gold Coast, I've had plenty of calls with him, and he's offered advice. And so, yeah, look, the space is phenomenal. We support each other, and if people didn't support each other.
Before we sign off, because there's that marker there, and normally Andrew's telling me to get off the live, and before I overtalk a lot of the whole conversation, there's parts of we know that government have been signalling some things, and we know the Brits have finally pulled the trigger on having their own digital currency, and I'm sure a lot of other countries are soon to follow, depending on what happens with them. What's your take on that?
I'm a firm believer in regulation is needed. If we want mass adoption, and everybody in the space wants mass adoption, but it won't. CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies, again, they've already been tested and transactions made with them. I don't think it will harm the crypto space in any way. If people want to use them, that's fine. If not, they'll use the decentralized cryptocurrency. So I think there's room in the space for it.
Well, that's great.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let's hope that it actually helps with the whole process, because what's currently happening at the moment is a big uptake in the way that people are starting to jump into crypto, and we're going to see a lot more of it. We're going to see a lot more of the everything, new technologies come out. governments coming out with regulations as well as their own. The banks have already been in there for so many years, and
Yep.
we're seeing a lot more education, and kudos to you with the Aussie Crypto Roadshow, because it's helping a lot of Aussies jump into it. And can anyone go to the roadshow? Is it an open?
Yeah. Obviously you go. We've been using Eventbrite for ticketing. Just you go in there and get your ticket. And like I said earlier, everybody will learn something at our shows, like quality content. So yeah.
Yeah,
awesome. All right, well, we'll look forward to catching with you in Sydney when it comes around. It'd be great to attend the event and check it out.
or
You guys there.
or I'll
Fly
come
over to
and
Perth.
see you in South Australia at some stage.
You're more than welcome, mate. Let's have a beer together.
Oh, sounds good. All right.
Well, you
Thanks
stay off the
for
roof.
jumping in, and don't drink while you're on the roof.
Oh, no, thanks again, Jason, for jumping on today. And thanks, everyone, for joining. So
Thank you.
we'll catch you
All
again
right.
soon.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No worries.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Jason.
Jason.
Cheers.
We'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye, all.